Hello folks, and welcome back to Gatekeeper Media as we continue to bring you coverage of the 2022 Dynamic Disc Open out in Emporia, Kansas. Special shout out to all of you for tuning in. A special thank you to our Patreon supporters who help make this all possible. Once again, I am Dustin Mouret, and I'll be bringing you the commentary solo here for this Elite Series stop, as we are finishing off our time at the new Jones Park Supreme 18 layout here for round 2 for our chase card. Take a look, we got Justin Rosak, Tristan Tanner, Brodie Smith, and Simon Lizotte. So definitely a few familiar faces, and Justin Rosak coming in, which is awesome. Take a look at our leaderboard. You can see Thomas Gilbert tops the charts at 6 under par, but the rest of our field is very close in behind. Any of our chase card members here at 5 or 4 under par. Do a couple of bag checks here. Justin Rosak, sponsored by Prodigy, comes out, I believe, in the Virginia area. I believe he went to Liberty University and played college disc golf there. So known in that area, puts the PA3s and has all of your typical molds that you expect of a Prodigy player all throughout the lineup. Now Tristan Tanner comes in from Latitude 64, known for putting the shield, likes the Justice for a lot of his forehand approaches, and very well known for throwing a lot of Pioneers and Rise for his distance drivers and fairway drivers. Take a look at a name everyone in disc golf is familiar with at this point. Brodie Smith, putting the Roaches, known for his zones, and also known for the Vulture. It's kind of his unique, I guess, fairway driver that sets him apart from other Discraft members, but also throws the Force and Nukes for a variety of shots. Then we got Simon Lizotte out of Discmania. Putts with the P2s, known for that Midnight Prowl, likes to throw that quite a lot, as well as the MD3. And then for drivers, of course, known for his PD2s and DD3s, as a lot of Discmania members certainly favor those. And also known for his FEs, like Elsa. Even named one of them. And here we are, hole 1 at the new Supreme 18, a tough par 3, 291 feet, island green. You can lay up before the creek, but that does bring additional bigger numbers into play.
Teeing off first from Zionsville, Pennsylvania, sponsored by Prodigy, Justin Rosak.
And Justin Rosak, of course, placing top 25 at Waco and top 10 at the Music City Open. Again, I believe he went to Liberty University and played college disc golf there out in Virginia. You'll probably know a lot of other names who have come out of that college program. And Rosak looking to attack the island green off the tee. Might be a little too powerful. Yeah, it goes way past the back end.
From Longmont, Colorado, sponsored by Latitude 64, Tristan Tanner.
And here's Tristan. Had a great start to the year, placing 6th at the Las Vegas Challenge. I was also top 25 at Texas State's. Again, you can lay up behind this creek if you want to try to play it for par, but obviously if you short that, it could bring a 5 into play. A slight turning shot there from Tristan, and that gets up there nicely. As parked for birdie pretty much. As Tristan is always known for being able to generate a lot of power with a very slow walk up. Always been just very slow and steady with this approach, but still generates quite the punch.
Virginia, sponsored by Discraft, Brodie Smith.
And of course, Brodie Smith, well known for his ultimate days, as well as being a huge YouTube personality, known for his trick shot. Also played golf, but now is on his 2nd full year of touring after a partial tour in 2020. This year he did place 16th at Belton and 25th at Jonesboro, so starting to pick up the pace on results. Great shot off the tee here to get on the island.
And from Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, sponsored by Discmania, Simon Lizotte.
And a man who really no introduction required, legend of the sport at this point. Fresh off a 6th place finish at Jonesboro after a scorcher of a 13 under par round on moving day. 16th in the UDIS World Rankings. Had a great year last year as well. Various top 10 finishes on tour, as well as 17th at Worlds. Trying to flex one in there, but gets caught up and in the ditch, and so that will be OB. We'll be playing from a drop zone. Or is it? There's some uncertainty with the flag. Did he maybe land short of the ditch? Yeah, I guess he's technically inbound short. So he can still pitch one up there and get his par. Okay then. A fortunate break, perhaps, there for Simon. You see Justin from the drop zone pitching one up there. Of course, Brodie landed on the green, so he'll have his putt for birdie. And he will connect, so starting off with the score. It's a very tricky starting hole because it makes you think about laying up to open your round just to get the par. And if you miss it, it's, you know, a two or a four really on this hole for most players. But yeah, Simon actually did stay short of the creek, gets his par. Justin will take the bogey. Tristan as well finds the birdie. Now we're on to hole 2, a 1087-foot par 5. That's right, 1,087 feet, very long. Road plays as OB all along the left-hand side, OB along the right as well, particularly a pond area kind of midway up the fairway. Baskets near that road on the left-hand side. So really just all about staying inbounds. And this is drifting nicely here for Tristan. Stays kind of towards that left-hand side, and honestly, could leave him a pretty open route for his second shot. Kind of dealer's choice, but I think a little more left to center is probably the preferred spot for a lot of our right-handed players. Just don't want to challenge that OB too much. That gets caught up from Brodie, unfortunately. That right-hand side, but still inbounds and could still find something from there. Definitely a very gusty day. I mean, Kansas is always known for its winds out in Emporia, and today is even windier than the previous day, so that's something that you have to watch out for on every hole. Really one of those added factors you always have to consider when you're playing out here. That's a good shot there from Simon Lizotte. We get to Justin Rosak. Kind of plays one out towards that right-hand side of the fairway, so everyone inbounds off the tee. Justin will be first to act. Gets caught up there, one of those trees on the fairway. See what Brodie can do. I know he kind of got hung up here, but actually still has a pretty good lane. Didn't get too stuck up against that tree. And that's really well done. It should be definitely an up and down for a birdie attempt there for Brodie. Maybe a little bit overturned there from Simon, kind of limiting some of the forward progress, but still gets up there nonetheless. So we get to Tristan. And that's well done. Definitely safe. Center cut. Should be able to get up and down for birdie from there. Justin plays that forehand over towards the left side of the fairway. It's up there a good ways. Not sure what type of obstruction he's going to have. He was kind of behind that patch of trees. Simon's still trying to get up and down for his birdie. Trying to skip one up there, but it's caught up prior to circle 2, and so we'll likely be pitching up for par. Brodie playing that lower hyzer out right, trying to play the skips. Just wanting to play away from that left side OB road. So didn't want to go directly at the pin. Didn't really get the ground action he wanted. Tristan challenging that OB, but gets a nice bounce and roll back into the circle. So he will have a putt for birdie, putting away from OB as well. That's nice. Justin Rosak able to spike one in there as well. Brodie just pitching up for par, kind of giving it a light bid. This was up in the bullseye, though, to be able to tap in his par. Stress-free. Simon also kind of giving it a gentle bid to get up there for his par. Now we get to Justin Rosak. Edge of circle one, it looks like. Just wide left. Unfortunate early miss there. And here's Tristan. This is for birdie here. Drop it in. Well played hole for Tristan. Going 2 for 2 to kick off his round. As this play is the 6th most difficult hole on the day. 0.34 strokes over par. 13% of the field found the birdie. Tristan joining that club. Justin Rosak will have to settle for bogey, and the rest of the card looking to tap in their pars. Now we get to hole 3, a 654-foot par 4. It is 440 feet to carry the water towards that first big cedar you see there on the left side of your screen to set you up to get up and down for your birdie. You can also play out to the left if you're not feeling like you want to go for the water carry. Definitely requires a pop. And in windy enough conditions, you may look to bail out left. Tristan looking to go for it here. A wide outside hyzer. That makes it across well and good. It's just about getting around that cedar now to try to get up and down for birdies. The big challenge on this hole. RD2 taking the cross. Oh yeah, it's way down there. Should have a very good look to get up and down for birdie. Simon having no qualms about going for the cross, and he also makes it way down there. Really well played. Let's see what Justin Rosak wants to do. Everyone else's cross looks like he's eyeing up the same route. Maybe getting a little bit more turn than he wants, but still gets across, still gets down, and is that OB right, though? Yes, it is. Yeah, just got too much turn on it. Was worried about that. Thought maybe he could fight back, but didn't quite. Just challenged the OB again there with that forehand approach, but does stay in bounds. Very tough bogey save from that far away, though. Tristan a little deep on the approach, but still inside circle one. Flick here for Brodie to get up and down for his birdie. That one turns a little bit more than he was hoping for and goes deep of circle one. I think I got a little bit too much on that one. I'm sure he's going to be disappointed with that. Just a jump putt approach here for Simon. And that too sails over past circle one. Just a little bit of misjudgment here on some of these approach shots are taking away the easier birdie looks. Work for it. So the wind was so strong there. I think that was Justin Rosak putt approaching with a distortion, which is that new kind of overstable approach mold from Kevin Jones at Prodigy. Little floaty bid there into the headwind from Brodie Smith, settling for his par. Obviously, these winds are really making second guess going for putts, and Simon floats it up there as well, but his connects with the chains. Really well done. Let's rewind that for sure. You could tell that he was just kind of floating it up there and letting the headwind do its thing, and luckily for him, it rose it right underneath the top band, drops it in for birdie. Finally gets him a score here on the front nine. There's Tristan for his birdie putts. Putting more of a tailwind putt probably from that side. Connects. That's a turkey to start his round. So really off to a hot start. Looks just low out of Justin Rosak's hands, and so he's going to be taking a sizable number on this hole, unfortunately. He's probably just looking to save his par here. He'll probably be kicking himself after that tee shot, but, you know, when the wind's the way it is, sometimes you just have to bite the bullet. It's going to be a triple for Justin as we take a short break. Get to hole 4, the 668-foot par 4. You just have to kind of navigate your way through these cedars that guard the green. There's also OB along the left and right-hand side that you have to worry about here, but a pretty wide fairway. So the closer you are to the left side, oh no! And that just got turfed and grounded and shot left OB. But yeah, what I was going to say was just the more left you are, the more it opens up the forehand for the right-handed player to get into the putting green. Otherwise, you have to kind of play a bigger hyzer over the right side OB into the green, the more right you are. Simon dances with the OB on the opposing side, but does stay in bounds, and we'll have a look from over there. See that. Brodie's definitely playing a much more overstable disc there. Bites that headwind to the center of the fairway. Tristan Rosak trying to recover here after having a tough start to the round, and that's a good shot. Puts a dead center cut. It's a little bit of left movement. Not only did Tristan go OB, but he did not really get that much progress. Plays a big turnover over this left side OB. Gets around it and gets up, and honestly does about the best he could have, I feel like, from his position. Justin Rosak catches a couple trees and goes out of bounds. Trying to get up and down for his birdie look, and that hurts. Looks like Brodie skates one up there. Not quite sure exactly how far he made it up, but may have a putt at it. With Simon being way to the right, he's going to have to play that bigger spike hyzer over that cedar. Gets onto the backside of the green just outside circle 1. Probably looking at just under 40 foot on that putt. Justin gets a backhand there near the bullseye, so he'll be able to have a putt here. Tristan just sails an approach shot up, not wanting any more to do with this hole. Here's Simon. Very windy birdie putt here ahead of him. Definitely see how gusty it is there with that cedar in the background. And he just lays up. And you can't blame him. When you're that far away in these winds, you don't want to have a big flight and then while having a big comebacker. And I like Brodie there. Just kind of floats it midway up and says either this wind's going to take it in or I'm going to drop and have, you know, a tap-in par. So it kind of takes a calculated putt there and gets it. That puts him to 7 under par. Tristan will wind up taking the bogey here. Simon will drop in the par. And we move on to hole 5, the 385-foot par 3. Definitely just have to try to nestle one up in here. A very guarded basket. Trees all around the pin. Definitely a distance that you want to be able to get to. There is an OB road behind the basket deep, as well as to the right-hand side. You're kind of just playing, if you're the right-handed player, usually a hyzer to the right of this light-colored birch in the center of the screen, and that's exactly what Brodie does, but the wind takes that one. You also have the option as a right-handed player to play the forehand to the left side of the birch, but often we've been seeing these right-handed players just take that hyzer shot Brodie took, but wind just kind of got a hold of it. Honestly, not a bad tree kick there for Simon as he was kind of headed towards that right-hand road. Kicks him back in and over, but still short of the putt for birdie, you'd imagine. He hits the birch dead center. At this point, I can tell you that Tristan says he was experiencing some illness on the morning, dealing with severe headache and just body pain, so to speak. So not sure if it's like dehydration or illness or what, but he was certainly not feeling at his best. Wouldn't have known it from the first 3 holes as he was able to get the turkey to kick off his round, but if you've been paying attention to social media, you'll realize that Tristan was having a tough time on this day with illness. Pitches up though for par. We'll skip one up there as well for his look at a 3. Floaty bid here from Simon Lizotte, playing the wind. Gets it up there. Will be a tap in. Justin trying to give that a chance. Quite going to land the mark, though. Oh, and a missed putt there from Brodie. Means a bogey is coming up. So now it's Justin's turn to putt. And that will connect for par. Stops the bleeding here after having a couple of tough opening holes. So Brodie will now look for his bogey putt here. Would knock him back down to 1 under on the round, but still very much in contention. So again, scoring has been pretty light over here at the Supreme 18 with the windy conditions. It's also a brand new course. I mean, Jones Gold in the past was more of a safari layout combining east and west, and so it's familiar to a lot of people. But this Supreme 18, you know, a little bit of a different story, with it being basically a brand new layout using new property on the park. So we get the hole 6, a 315-foot water carry peninsula green, as there is OB deep on the backside of the basket as well. Very reminiscent of hole 6 at the Country Club, another island hole at around the same distance. So kind of tethers the 2 courses together, so to speak. Kind of a neat nod. And it's just wide out the hand from Simon and OB. We'll be going to a drop zone. You're going to see the forehand here from Tristan. Just avoids all the trees, but does risk the water more. Oh! Has that flying right on the backside of the basket. Gives him a very scary putt, though, for birdie, especially in these conditions. The water right there behind the pin. So we'll see Justin Rosak, too, go for the forehand out over the water. It's going to get too much fade. Yeah, it does spike out there outside the circle. Another very scary putt to run back towards the water. Brodie will go backhand here up the middle. And I lost that one. I don't know if that's inside the tree. And yeah, I mean, he would be in bounds on the front side there. So we see Simon playing from the drop zone, skips it in, but still just on the circle's edge. A very scary putt. Speaking of scary putts, Dustin wants none of it. Pitches up for par. Tristan here right on the edge, going to do the exact same thing. Do not blame them one bit. I'm more curious about Brodie's situation. You see Simon as well lay up. And so, yeah, there he is. You see the disc above him. He takes his lie under. No 2-meter rule here, of course. So this is a birdie putt, putting away from the water, sort of. And just keeps it low, thinking maybe the wind might lift it. And obviously not wanting to soar over the basket into the water on the other side. But we'll have to settle for par now because of that. Double here for Simon. So the rest will be tapping in their pars. Here we go as we get near the end here of the front nine. It's hole 7, 704-foot par 4 OB all along the left-hand side with the road. Also OB right. There's an OB ditch as well, just short midway up the fairway. Just want to try to get as center cut as you can. Definitely don't want to get tangled up on that right-hand side. Man, Tristan just kind of yanks one up there. Stays in balance, but is in a very tricky position without having made much forward progress. Like Justin was trying to play a bit of a turnover there, but gets hung up. Play something stable up the right-hand side of the fairway. It will make it past that OB ditch and get center cut. So very ideal position there from Brodie. Oh, and Simon gets caught up on that same right-hand side as Tristan. Just really struggling out here in these winds. Yeah, you can see the frustration there. Tristan trying to play a power forehand, really the only option he had over on that side, and plays it to the center of the fairway, so well done. Actually, Justin was just short of this OB ditch. Plays that out towards the right-hand OB, needs that to come out. Does actually bounce off the fence, it looked like. Or no, it does go OB. Thought I saw it kick off the fence, but no, that does find out of bounds. Simon looking for the big turnover here. And gets up there a good ways. Here's Brodie. Probably still looking to try to attack for birdie here. There's these 3 big cedars that guard this green, though. They're very tough to get around. And that's the biggest thing that you'll see on this course, I think, in general, is these cedars that you're looking at, those branches come so low to the ground that they can really be such a huge obstacle to play around. Whether that's if you get stuck in them for a putt or trying to get around them for your approaches. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Forehand in there towards the green, but we'll be stuck in that cedar, and it's a crapshoot on what you're going to have. Simon skips in the backhand approach there. And pars. Tough situation. Just kind of skips one up there. Not the best he could have hoped for given the scenario. Dustin Rosak also just kind of punching one through up there near the basket. The tap in. Here's Tristan Tanner. Able just to kind of punch through until card will pick up what they can. Will be a par there for Simon. I believe it'll be the same for Brodie and Tristan. Justin, though, has that OB penalty. Actually, Tristan as well taking a bogey, having got caught up early off the tee. That'd be a double for Justin. I believe Brodie should be right there to drop in the par. So now we get to hole 8, a 724-foot par 4 here. One of those holes you just got to try to stay center cut the whole way through, as there's OB all along the left-hand side along the road. Also OB right. I would say left of center is probably a little bit more open once you get about midway up the fairway. We've seen a lot of players play that turnover, the left side of that kind of cedar center right of your screen, but we also have seen some players play the bigger spike hyzer to the right of that tree. And that's what Brodie's looking to do. Yeah, playing that big spike hyzer out wide, stable dish, trying to fight back to center. And that's great. Really well done from Brodie. Yeah, different wins yesterday. We saw some turnovers on our feature card, but just depends on the player's choice. Yeah, Simon definitely looking to play that same kind of spike hyzer, a little bit wider from him, but going to get a similar result to Brodie. Maybe a little shorter. Might have got tangled up on that line of cedars, actually. May not have got quite over them. Actually see the forehand here from Tristan Tanner, playing probably that left side of the cedar. Yep. Gets it around nicely. Gets way up there. Really well done from Tristan. Spike hyzer here as well from Justin Rosak. Shorter than some of his card mates, but still in decent position. But it will be indeed Simon first to act, the one that got caught up a little bit, but at least not under the tree. Really nice shot. His angle was really tough, I feel like, from where he was, but just gets maybe a little bit more ground action under that cedar than he was hoping for, and actually does fall out the backside of the circle. Really great forehand from Justin. It's right near the bullseye for a birdie putt, and that's something he desperately needs right now. This round's been giving him some tough shots so far. And you can see Justin was hoping that that would drop sooner. Maybe on the backside of that cedar, but I think still within the circle. This is a great spike hyzer from Brodie Smith. Gets right near the basket, but again, don't really know what he's going to have with those low-hanging cedar branches that might obstruct his putt. Simon tries to give that one a chance, but won't quite get there. And yeah, this is what Brodie's left with, having to get on a knee, straddle out, try to find a gap. He's discovered one, though. That'll be a birdie. Takes him to 2 under on the round. Cancels out that bogey from hole 5. Birdie as well for Justin Rosak. Finally getting a stroke back here. Just some drop-in pars now as well. So we head into our last hole, the front nine, a 423-foot par 3. Definitely one you really want to get kind of more of a dog leg to the right, so really benefits someone who has a good forehand if you're a right-handed player. Try to spike it into this pocket of the green. Yeah, and that's really well done from Brodie Smith. I know the forehand is something that Brodie's really been working on, coming from Ultimate. Obviously a much different sport, but he's been really grinding out this forehand. Has that little hop. Been working on getting that nose angle correct, and you can definitely see his forehand has improved, you know, comparing some coverage from late last year to now. That one just got way too much turn out of Justin's hands. A rare forehand here from Simon Lizotte, but this hole really does kind of require it. Skips one up there near circle 2. Tristan certainly has the forehand power to get to this hole. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right near the bullseye, giving him the birdie putt. Justin will have no time at least being able to get up and down for his par. So starting to, you know, course correct a bit here towards the backside of this front nine. Lengthy bit here for Simon, and I mean, that was just a misfire through and through.
That's better than I deserved.
Luckily, at least is able to have an open putt for a par save. And that will stick. So a few pars here to end the round, or not the round, but the front nine for Simon, rather. So we have a couple of birdie looks here. Tristan and Brodie. No problem there for Brodie Smith. Ends the front nine with a couple of birdies, bringing him 3 under on the round so far. Keeping in a tie for first place. And, oh, Tristan. Just didn't quite get the full follow through. Hits left side. Now we'll have to settle for par alongside Justin Rosak, who taps in. And that will be how the front nine comes to a close here for our chase card at the Jones Supreme 18 for our second round of the BDO. Brodie Smith, 3 under on the round, 8 over overall to stay tied for first place. Tristan Tanner just behind. And Simon a bit of an up and down front nine thus far. Look at the leaderboard. It's Thomas Gilbert who is with Brodie tied for the top. James Conrad and Nolan Ramser just in behind. Ricky rounds out our top 5. And thanks so much, everyone, for tuning into our coverage here of DDO at Gatekeeper Media for our chase card for MPO. We'll have the back 9 up for you real soon. Hope you'll tune into that. Special shout out to our Patreon supporters who help make this all possible. If you'd like to give me a follow, you can follow me at FollowDust on Instagram or Dustin Disc on YouTube. And I'll be joining you for that back 9 shortly. So stay tuned and catch you soon.